Hey everyone, Puzzle here. So yesterday we dove into the juicy details of the Half-Life 3 leak and I broke down some of the cut and cancel content, really showing off how meticulous Valve is with their games. If you haven't seen it yet, I definitely recommend checking it out. It's got some pretty wild stuff in there, but as promised, today we're going even deeper. This video is all about the most epic cut content from Half-Life, and trust me, some of it will blow your mind.
It's good to see you. Gordon, you lousy motherfucker. Get your dork ass down to the test chamber or else I will shove the sample up your ass. And stop fucking with the microwave!
Half-Life 2's development is pretty well documented by now, but what really gave us a look behind the curtain was that notorious leak from years ago. A hacker managed to get their hands on the beta files a whole year before the game officially dropped. Can you even imagine that? One of the biggest leaks in video game history, and it revealed so much about what could have been. For instance, Valve actually cut entire cities from the game. Yeah, you heard that right, whole cities just gone. Before the game leaked, Half-Life 2 was set to have a much darker, grittier vibe. Remember City 17? The version we got has that post-Soviet oppressive feel, but the original design was something straight out of a Blade Runner nightmare. Dark, towering buildings wrapped in Combine tech. And terrifying, the Citadel, probably the most iconic structure in Half-Life 2, was initially even more intimidating. They scaled it back a bit, but can you imagine it being even more ominous than it already is? But here's where it gets really cool. The Borealis. It's this mysterious ship everyone's talking about, but it was actually meant to be a full playable level in the original game. Gordon Freeman and a cut character named Odell would have teamed up to fight through the Combine on this massive ship, eventually escaping in a mini submarine to the Kraken base, a whole other level that never saw the light of day. And get this, modders have found most of the cut content for the Borealis and it's nearly complete. Quick side note, if you haven't checked out my video on the Half-Life 3 leaks, make sure you give that a watch after this one. There's some seriously cool stuff in there. Now back to the cut content. Another big one is the skyscraper level. This was supposed to be a huge set piece moment where Gordon and Alex crash into a skyscraper and have to fight their way out. But Valve decided to trim down the game's length and ended up cutting it. It would have been an epic sequence though. Then there's Lost Coast. Originally this level was meant to be part of the Highway 17 chapter, but Valve retooled it into an HDR tech demo instead. It's a short level, like you can beat it in under half an hour, but it's a fascinating look into what could have been. And let's not forget about the enemies. Valve had a bunch of them planned that never made it into the final game. The Cremators, for example, were supposed to patrol City 17, burning lawbreakers alive. Then there were the Combine guards with their massive warp cannons and even stealthy Combine assassins. The game was initially designed to be much darker, and these enemies would have fit right in. This darker tone wasn't just about visuals either. The story itself was supposed to be way bleaker. The Combine were originally shown as harvesting Earth's resources and brutally exploiting humanity. Kids were even supposed to be working as slaves in the factories. Can you believe that? The world outside City 17 was meant to be a toxic wasteland too. Don't even get me started on the weapons. There were over a dozen that got cut, including some really cool ones like the Tau Cannon, the Combine Guard Gun, and that infamous XM29 OICW assault rifle you might have seen in early promo material. Even the main plot wasn't safe from the chopping block. Tons of dialogue got cut, including some really interesting backstories for the characters. We're talking about Eli's story of losing his wife, Gordon's hiring at Black Mesa, and Judith's awareness of the G-Man. It's crazy to think how different the game could have been. So, what do you all think? If you're into this kind of content, let me know in the comments and don't forget to hit that thumbs up. If there's enough interest, I might do another deep dive into more cut content from the Half-Life series. Thanks for watching everyone, this is Puzzle, see you in the next video,